I'll try to tell us little story very quickly. The song is very special to me. I wrote it to honor my brother Stefan and our relationship, and he's no longer with us. He died in 2013, and I always looked up to Stefan. He was like just a real brilliant mind, and he had such a big heart and a great laugh and a great dark sense of humor. And when I was a little girl, we for a couple years we lived in a castle before my dad committed bank fraud and literally disappeared. Yeah, it's totally funny though. When you think about it, it is kind of, I remember being young and being like, doesn't this happen to everybody? No, it doesn't. Divorce wasn't a thing back then either in the circles I was hanging out with, so I was kind of on my own there too. But I remember laying in my bed. I had this big, beautiful room, and my father had set up floodlights to show off the castle, and they would shine into my bedroom every night, very bright. And I was lying in bed one night, and I wasn't someone who journaled at that time or anything, or studied poetry at the age of 9. No, but I was lying in bed and I was staring at the ceiling night after night. And eventually, I wrote what I think is my first terrible poem, and it was called "Windows on My Ceiling," and it went something like this: "There are windows on my ceiling. I see them every night, reflecting off the moonlight, reflecting off the night." It's good, right? No, it's terrible, but thank you. There's more to it. I don't remember it, but I was so excited. I had to share it with somebody, and Stefan was the one. I ran over to his bedroom, knocked on the door. He was 6 years older than me. He opened the door. He was super annoyed that I was disturbing his life. And he said, "What do you want?" And I was like, "I have a poem. I made up a poem, like I want to tell it to you." And then all of a sudden his demeanor changed, and he was like, "Oh, okay, let's hear it." So I recited the poem. It had great rhythm, right? Great rhyme. And, he could have said, like, "That's the dumbest thing ever." He didn't. He said, "Good job, sis." And he patted me on the head. And then he slammed his door in my face. And I went back to my bed, and I remember buzzing, and like, I just made this thing, and I don't know how it happened, but I sure hope I can do it again. And all these years later, I ripped off my original shitty poem, and I used part of it in this song to honor my brother and our story. And I know it sounds like it's a rocker on the album. It sounds stripped down, super depressing maybe, but it makes me so happy to sing it. It really does, and I love singing about him. And well, I'm talking about him now, so it kind of keeps him around in a way. You know what I mean? So it's a song called "Little Princess." Windows on my ceiling, they come out when the sun goes down. Reflections of the moonlight shining, reflections of a simpler town. I turned to you to read my poems. I looked up to you to wave your wand over my head. Little princess, you direct my rhyme. Oh, you shut me up, you shut me out. I'm a fighter, I will stay. The path to what I know is love is not the brightest alleyway. I turned to you to read my poems. I looked up to you to wave your wand over my head. Little princess, you directed my rhyme. You directed my rhyme. Oh. took some wrong turns, wearing heartburn like a shield. Without your mother, shelter from Toronto's winters had to come from a total stranger. I turned to you to read my poems. I looked up to you to wave you on over my head, little princess. You directed my rhyme. You directed my rhyme. You directed my rhyme.
Yeah.
Thank you.